mesmo se você não compreende bem o que está acontecendo em Gaza, existem algumas atitudes das forças militares israelenses que, ainda que haja o pior monstro, a pior entidade monstruosa, terrorista, como vocês chamam, né, atuando, nada justifica as atrocidades que vêm sendo feitas. Então, por exemplo, todas as universidades já foram destruídas, bombardeados hospitais cheios de gente, igrejas, mesquitas saqueadas, e os cartórios de registro civil foram destruídos. Não existe mais registro civil da população deslocada. Por fim, eu gostaria de te mostrar a reportagem da CNN que mostra 16 cemitérios revirados. Sim, nem os mortos em Gaza têm paz. Isso em se tratando das forças de defesa de Israel, que estão atuando cada vez mais de uma forma como gangsters, e está até mesmo fora do controle do seu criador, o Estado de Israel sionista, anti-judeu, antissemita. A matéria que você vai ver agora não passa no Brasil. Sim, não passa no Brasil. Mas a FEPAL, a Federação Palestina, traduziu e legendou em português. Eu fiz questão de trazer para você, para mostrar o nível de leviandade com que as forças de defesa de Israel atuam em Gaza.
The Israeli military acknowledged that they rolled into a cemetery, took bodies out of graves as part of what they say is a search for Israeli hostages' remains. But as the Israeli military put out that statement, we were completing our investigation into the Israeli military's desecration of cemeteries. And what we found is 16 cemeteries across Gaza damaged or destroyed. I do want to warn our viewers that they may find some of these images disturbing.
In Gaza, even the dead cannot escape the indignities of war. More than a dozen cemeteries like this one in Jabalia, desecrated by the Israeli military. Gravestones destroyed, soil upturned, tread marks leaving little left for the living to honor their dead. This is that same graveyard before the war. 1 month later, a series of tread marks can be seen on the northwestern edge. It is no exception. A CNN analysis of videos and satellite imagery found that 16 cemeteries have been damaged or destroyed by the Israeli military since it launched its ground offensive. As Israeli forces pushed deeper into Gaza, they crushed the graves of thousands of Palestinians between November and January. Janina Dill, co-director of Oxford University's Institute for Ethics, Law, and Armed Conflict, says destroying graveyards violates international law, except under very limited circumstances.
Cemeteries are not military objectives. They are, in fact, what international law would consider an object that is normally dedicated to civilian purposes, like places of worship generally. So this is protected from intentional attack. It can only be intentionally attacked or destroyed if it becomes a military objective.
In some cases, like this cemetery in the Shajaiya refugee camp, Israeli bulldozers turned cemeteries into military outposts, parking armored vehicles behind freshly raised berms. The damage is often deliberate and progressive. Over 2 weeks in December, the military bulldozed more and more of this cemetery east of Khan Yunis, building defensive fortifications. CNN witnessed firsthand the results of Israel's bulldozing of graveyards while embedded with Israeli forces last week. The armored personnel carrier CNN was traveling in drove right through this cemetery in Al-Burej, on a freshly bulldozed dirt road. And then there's this. Tombs opened at a cemetery in Khan Yunis this week, bodies removed from their graves. In a statement, the Israeli military acknowledged exhuming bodies from the cemetery as part of its search for the bodies of Israeli hostages.
Isso não faz qualquer sentido. Se você não entende do assunto, apenas reflita. Paz, salam, shalom.